Hello, my name is Jessica Fellows and I'm the author of The Childhood Friend, which is being published by Mondadori in Italy shortly. I'm incredibly excited about this book. It's different to the series that I've written before, the Mitford Crimes. This is a departure in some ways in style. This is more of a domestic noir than a whodunit. It explores the friendship of two women. That's partly why I'm sitting at my dressing room table, because it seemed appropriate. Some of the scenes in the book take place when they're talking in their bedroom together. It's an intimate relationship between two women who are both complicated in their own ways. They are sometimes rivals and sometimes allies. And it echoes a lot of experiences that I've had in my own friendships and experiences that my mother and my grandmother told me about what had happened in their lives. And so it's been germinating for a very long time. I wrote the book quite intensely over a period of about 6 weeks last summer when we were living through the pandemic around the world. I think it allowed me to think of a lot of themes that have echoed through my mind over the years. The two women in it are Bella and Kate, so they've been friends since childhood. They don't always successfully manage to stay in touch with each other, and they have that kind of friendship which can be very intense to a degree that's almost romantic. They can be very dependent on each other. They can enjoy that dependence and sometimes really resent it. And there's an event which happens which potentially causes them both to change their lives completely. And it's about how they explore the after effects of that event, both together and apart. The book is set, it's sort of in deliberately in no particular time or place. I wanted it to be a book that any woman could pick up and think, this has happened to me, or I could, perhaps not the events exactly, one would hope, not too much of the events exactly, but they could certainly relate to the emotional responses of the two women, and they could certainly relate to how they think they might have responded in the same way. I do think women seek that kind of intense best friend from a young age. I think it's something that we're taught to look for, and I think a lot of female language is around seeking that friendship, maintaining that friendship, wanting to impress, wanting to please. And so a large part of the book is very much just dialogue, very simple dialogue, no punctuation, no he said, no she said, no she sat down as she said this, but just literally the conversation between them and how that conversation really develops their friendship and moves them forward. So there's this very dark undercurrent that runs through it, a much darker undercurrent than I hope anybody really has to contend with, but I think it's very real. It's certainly the most real and the truest thing I think I've ever written, the most personal. And I'm very nervous, but very excited about it going into the world. And I really hope you enjoy it. I'd really love to hear from you and hear what you think. Many thanks.